All right, guys, we are back. Up next, we have This Is How Diddy Tried to Destroy Hip Hop Trio The Lox, which is honestly gotta be one of my top 10 favorite rap groups of all time. They showed out against Dipset in the verses. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they totally washed Dipset, and I love the Diplomats. But they came in there like they've been touring like the last 15 years. They were sharp. They was looking healthy. They killed it, and you gotta give it up to them. We're gonna jump right into the video. Shout out to RRG. And yeah, Diddy, man, Diddy is a real shyster when it comes to like business. He's screwed over so many people, and he's built an empire off of it, you know. But we're gonna jump right into the video, and it will explain further, at least into the situation of the Lox, which included Sheek Luch, Styles P, and Jadakiss.
Anytime you mention Diddy, I know it's about to be some mess.
Bam,
When people
for
think
real.
of Sean P. Diddy Combs, one of their first thoughts is all of the artists he has allegedly screwed over as the founder of Bad Boy Records. In fact, we have an entire playlist full of his
Yeah, I'm telling you, he tried rebranding himself as Brother Love to get it. He knew a lot of this stuff had to have been coming down the pipeline, and he's trying to get in there and change public opinion, have people love him again, give people back their masters. But at the end of the day, these rappers were coming out, and these artists are coming out basically saying that they're worthless now. They're not really generating any type of money. If he would have gave it to them closer to the peak of the record, maybe it would be worth something. But as of right now, unless they somehow flip it and get like a big licensing deal, which means that it gets placed in a TV show or a film or a commercial, whatever it may be, they're really not going to see too much off these streams or just in revenue wise as it is right now. But yeah, it's really freaking shitty of him to do, man. It's a cool gesture and thought, but it really isn't doing much.
shady business practices, which we've linked for you in the description box. The Lox, comprised
Many.
of Styles P, Sheek Luch, and Jadakiss, quickly discovered that signing to Bad Boy was a terrible
man.
idea.
For
But
real.
unlike many of the other artists on the label, they decided to fight back.
Finish him.
Before we jump into today's video, you're gonna need some money, power, and snacks you'll be eating right. Our online concession stand at rrgsnacks.com has an assortment of 5-star goodies, like Applewood smoked bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, and gummy sour peach rings. The high school friends released mixtapes under the group name The Warlocks in the mid-90s, creating a
Oh, that's where the Lox name came from.
buzz around their hometown of Yonkers, New York. Their wordplay, humor, and clever lyrics became the talk of the underground hip-hop scene. Suge Knight tried to sign them to Death Row Records.
That sounds
If it ain't one demon, it's another demon. It's crazy.
like a great idea. Said no one ever.
But they told
For
Vlad
real.
TV that since their roots were in New York, their Rough Riders management team helped them sign with New York-based Bad Boy Records sometime around
Guys, coming from somebody, I'm a producer and I'm signed as well. Just read your contracts, fam. Read your contracts.
1996.
Not even, pay somebody to read your contracts that's qualified in entertainment law.
After signing to Bad Boy, Diddy changed their name to The Lox, and they made a splash by
That's
appearing
smart
on a
move.
string of hits like
I will say this, he knew how to brand and package artists.
Biggie's song Last Day, Mace's 24 Hours to Live, and Diddy's It's All About the
Big
Benjamins
features.
remix.
Big
All About
features.
the Benjamins, baby. They were on top of the world when they released their debut album, Money, Power, and Respect, in 1998. It peaked at #1 on the top hip-hop albums chart and sold more than 693,000 copies. Their longtime fans were surprised to hear the group's
Go gold.
music go from grimy to watered down, with songs like
That's the Bad Boy effect. They're gonna put the shiny suit era, was definitely commercialized. That's what Puff specialized in.
If You Think I'm Jiggy. If you really dig me and you think I'm jiggy, come on, shorty, let
Sheek
me
Luch
know.
blamed the
Blowing.
label
for their new direction, telling the New York Daily News, we couldn't say what we wanted to say. We couldn't write what we wanted to
Trading
write.
Places shirt.
You can't work when you're uncomfortable. Despite the album
Well, you're not being your true, most authentic selves, and for that being what they've known, and now going to this different world, it's like, I could see why it'd be like a crazy change.
Success, the Lox told the LA Times they became an afterthought at Bad Boy and received little
Well, you're not as glitzy commercially looking as probably the other acts they have on there at the time.
attention and barely any promotion. Beneath the surface, the Lox didn't fit the mold of what Diddy was trying to portray. Following the murders of death row artist Tupac and Bad Boy artist Biggie, Diddy was
R.I.P.
reportedly trying to revamp Bad Boy by releasing more radio-friendly rap songs. Diddy was also in his shiny suit era, while the Lox wanted to focus
Mace, another GOAT who was held hostage too. Yeah, he wanted to go to G and it. Puff was not allowing that. He's like, you owe me albums, fam.
on making street anthems, so obviously their tough exterior didn't fit Diddy's new direction. After Diddy and Bad Boy artist Shine were involved in a
Dang.
December 1999 nightclub shooting, and they
Shine held it down. But yeah, man, you get locked up for that long. Is it really worth it?
were both facing prison time, the Lox decided it was time to negotiate their release from the label. They told the New York Daily News they were desperate to be let go, even if it meant they would be blacklisted from the industry. They asked to be released from their contract, and they were denied. They got their lawyers involved, and that didn't work either. So they launched a Free the Lox campaign, complete with t-shirts, posters, and picket signs that read, "Let the Lox go." They went on Angie Martinez's radio station to talk about the ordeal.
Angie Martinez is a legend. A legend.
And then they showed up at Hot 97.
Also rapped and dropped her own stuff as well.
Evan's June 1999 Summer Jam concert wearing Let the Lox Go t-shirts. Diddy was in attendance, and according to the New York Daily News,
Freaking demon.
he was hotter than fish grease.
Man.
It wasn't until they all came face to face that the Lox reminded Diddy they weren't the ones to play with.
Sean John about to get his ass kicked, ain't he?
Styles threw a chair at him,
I was gonna say Styles would be the one to initiate it. Oh, hilarious.
just like that man did at the Alabama
She looked like a wild card too.
boat brawl.
I remember that boat brawl, girl.
Styles later regretted his actions. He told Hip Hop DX the moment with tossing the chair at Puff was a combination of being really stupid and really
And honestly, I bet you're just fed up. You're fed up.
angry. Styles went on to say that Biggie was always the middleman who kept everyone in check. So after Biggie passed away, no one was there to mediate the situation, and that's why things quickly escalated. That incident was enough for Diddy to realize it was time for him to do right by the Lox. In August 1999,
I think they kind of forced your hand.
and he told MTV, "The Lox situation, it just didn't work out. So we're in the process of selling them right now. And they are still, to me, some of the hottest rappers out. I wish them the best of luck. I'm sorry it didn't work out."
Yeah, you sorry, all right.
In 1999, they joined DMX and Eve at Rough Riders Records. Their second studio album, We Are the Streets, was released
Yeah, man, this is the Lox that we know and love. This is when it really kicks off. Not to downplay any of those other singles, because those other singles are iconic.
in 2000. The album was another success. It was certified gold and landed at number 2 on the hip-hop charts. From there, they released their solo albums. Although they were far removed from Bad Boy Records, they still
Yeah, man, their solo albums are like they got classics, you know, and like which is rare that a group can go and their solo efforts as well also be as like critically acclaimed as like the group projects.
had some unfinished business to take care of.
Lord, here we go. Here we go.
They revealed that Diddy still owed 50% of their publishing. So yep, even though Diddy released them from their Bad Boy
He's still getting 50%.
contract, he was still making a lot of money off of them.
Mind you, they're probably only making a quarter off their song because there's a production like split. It's like a 50-50. You get 50% goes to producers, 50% goes to the artist. So you're already cutting that in half to get it cut in half again by this guy that really isn't even a part of you guys. He's not really a part of your business anymore, other than he's just collecting his like royalty, you know?
In December 2005, Sheik was on Hot 97 to discuss his solo project, and Styles and Jadakiss joined him. Sheik thought they were there for moral support, but the interview quickly took a turn when the guys started discussing Diddy's ownership of their publishing, and Jadakiss threatened to drop a fridge on Diddy.
Not a damn fridge busting Diddy upside the head. Like in the cartoon, girl.
Diddy caught wind of the interview and decided to call into the show.
But to get on there and portray like somebody gotta go and steal and rob and be shysting, y'all, that ain't really correct. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, they do it in plain sight. They give you these contracts with all these like legalese and this jargon that you may not know. And sometimes you think you get an attorney and you think they're qualified, and you find out They're not really cut out for the niche that you're looking for, which is entertainment law. They might be a real estate attorney or divorce attorney, and they're like, oh, like, you know what? This would be cool to do, and they don't know the language, and then stuff like this happens.
Man, all that throwing the refrigerator and you gonna kill them, you ain't killing nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? We businessmen. But don't sit here and portray.
Bro, businessman. He was blowing up cars. He was doing all sorts of crazy mob type shit.
Like Puff took nothing from y'all.
Puff, what is it? What is it? What do you call it? If it's 10 years, and what do you call it?
You know how we can settle?
You acting tough.
I'm in my office. So why don't we stop talking on the radio?
No, you want people to stop talking because you just don't want to know the truth, dog. We made one record with you. Money, Power, Respect. It's 10 years later, and you still got half of our publishing. Now, there's no way you can make it justifiable that you said you deserve half of our publishing.
Recognize real. Y'all know where the office is at. There's a big sign on it. I'm
Puff, the whole National Guard's downstairs, too. Cut it out, man. We can't talk in this.
I'm a grown-ass man, man.
You're a coward.
And I don't take nothing.
You're a thief, Puff. Coward. Don't say you're a thief.
Okay.
You're a thief.
Office, man.
He's been proven. He's a shark. At the very least, he's a shark.
With the men all hollering over each other and sounding like wild hyenas, Diddy hung up straight in their faces.
He petty as hell. They better call his ass back. We still got Star 69.
Believe it or not, the Lox and Diddy were eventually
Man, Star 69, man.
able to patch things up. Around 2010, the Lox decided it was time to record music as a group again, and they needed a new label. Styles told Hip Hop DX that they were looking to re-sign to Bad Boy.
That's crazy, man. That's Stockholm Syndrome right there.
Them trying to go back to get screwed again. They ain't learned the first time.
When asked if they were talking to
that Mariah Carey, like, if, man, pick a better one.
any other labels, Styles said, nah, we talking to Diddy. We ain't talking to nobody else. Ain't no need for us to talk to nobody else.
Hell no.
In 2015, they joined Diddy on the Bad Boy reunion tour. Jadakiss told Hip Hop DX it was nice to hit the road and make money with Diddy again. And looking back at their beef, he said Diddy wasn't to blame.
What in the let me try to rewrite history is going on here?
Jadakiss said, we signed those contracts. Whoever was with us is partially responsible. If I go outside and try to sell you an orange and tell you it's an apple and you accept it as an apple,
Yeah, that's what basically I was saying. They hide it in this like complex legalese.
well, that's your fault.
Nah, Jadakiss. He knew what he was doing and he took advantage of 3 young black men who were trying to make a better life for themselves. Hold his ass.
Happens every day, fam. Actually, you know, you got a whole bunch of options, and which is basically like them extending the contract on their whim, which they usually do just to keep you under.
Accountable, hell.
In 2016, through a joint venture with Roc Nation, they released their 3rd studio album, Filthy America, It's Beautiful. It peaked at number 6 on the hip-hop charts. Their 4th album, Living Off Experience, dropped in 2020 and peaked at number 154. Styles confirmed that Diddy gave them back their publishing in September 2021, and Jadakiss said in an interview that he planned to sell a portion of his catalog immediately. 2 years later, TMZ reported Diddy released the publishing of even more Bad Boy artists,
Yeah, that's when he was, like I said, when he was trying to rebrand his Brother Love and doing all this, going to the radio stations and making this public, you know?
including Mace, Faith Evans, and Biggie's estate. Their label mate, rapper Mark Curry, took to Instagram to reveal Diddy had given him back his publishing a long time ago, but Mark still wasn't satisfied.
Puff Daddy gave the publishing back. Whoop-de-doo. What's it worth? What was it worth 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and what's it worth now? What did he give you back? I'm telling you, he gave me mine back a long time ago. I was the first person he called. He said, Mark, I want you to be the first person that know this. I'm giving all my artists back their publishing. That's like a spider went in and sucked all of the insides out of it and then give it back. That's
It's a carcass it's disrespectful.
disrespectful. I told him, why don't you just keep it and pay me? I don't want the publishing, I want the money. Come on, y'all think he doing a good thing because he give back some publishing? Come on, man. It's not worth anything.
It's a gesture to change his public image. It's not really like helping him financially, like I was saying, and like how he's saying.
And then he don't have the Ciroc or the DeLeon, and then he gonna give $1 million to Jackson State like he doing some humanitarian type thing. He just trying to do whatever he can to keep his name relevant so he can go for a new deal because he don't really have nothing that's making him no money right now. He's not even a billionaire no more, so let's talk.
Many people think Diddy had ulterior motives as it pertained to signing over the publishing rights back to his artists, especially since Aubrey O'Day, formerly of Danity Kane.
Yeah, I mean, you had to sign like an NDA just to get the publishing back. You couldn't speak on anything, Diddy. You couldn't bring anything up. Like I said, it seems like he was doing it preemptively because he knew things was coming down the pipeline.
Revealed that the publishing transfer came with a non-disclosure agreement. When TMZ asked her what she thought Diddy's motivation was, Aubrey said, "I think he would probably be making moves to keep as many people quiet as possible." As we now know, Diddy's house of cards came crashing down in November 2023 after his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura filed a bombshell lawsuit against him. Since then, he has settled their lawsuit. 2 of his homes have been raided, his alleged drug mule got locked up, CNN released footage of him assaulting Cassie, several more people have filed lawsuits against him.
Yeah, man, he's cooked.
And a federal indictment is looming in the background.
And the award for who's having the worst year ever goes to Diddy. Take a bow, Ninja.
For real.
Fatality.
Y'all crazy as hell.
Do you think Diddy was trying to do right by his former artists because he knew his life was about to go up in flames and he wanted to look good in the court of public opinion? Let us know your thoughts down.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, definitely put it in the comments what you guys think. I honestly think it was definitely for like, it was a gesture to change public opinion. He was trying to get good press, good publicity and stuff like that because he knew this stuff was coming. He had to have known. Like, he just thought he was invincible. He's like, all right, I'm so powerful and no one's gonna want to speak out. I can off these people. I can do whatever. I can do whatever I want. I'm Diddy and I'm the king, you know? And like it all came tumbling down, you know? It took a few brave people to come forward, Cassie being the bravest. I can only imagine you're reliving a lot of this stuff and you could see from just the video, which had no sound, like the pure terror like she was like living in, you know? Yeah, I don't think any of the acts of him returning publishing is really like coming from a good place. Like, I guess it's cool or whatever, but like Mark Harry said, it's like what's the worth of these things now? Pretty much nothing, you know? Extra few K, extra few grand like a year, you know? Not gonna be life changing. But yeah. I love the Lox. I'm happy that like honestly they're thriving right now. They've gotten into all sorts of businesses. They're getting into juice bars. They're getting into just like things you wouldn't expect like these 3 hood rappers from Yonkers to do. And it's dope. And it's freaking awesome. They look super young, man, because of this. They're taking care of themselves, which is dope. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. There's the channel wonders. Thank you guys so much. Guys, the channel has been growing amazingly and it's freaking awesome. And it's honestly because of you guys. Like, you guys have been so dope. The dialogue created has been awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys dug the video and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much. Man, he about to get hit with the Rico, man. Crazy.